Alright, you bought that motorcycle with your tax refund, but you got a good deal so you have some money left over. What upgrades should be done to your motorcycle first to gain the most performance quickly and without breaking the bank? With the money you have left over, you go for the same thing everyone buys, a Yoshimura or an Acura exhaust, K&N or BMC air filter, a power commander, and obviously an off-the-shelf tune to make the promised 5 horsepower gains. But is that even worth it? I think not. I think the following upgrades give more performance for their cost. And no, this doesn't mean that an exhaust or a power commander or real performance upgrades like that aren't worth it ever. It's just not the first thing you should be doing because maybe 5 horsepower is not going to make that huge of a difference to you. And if you do want a professional tune to get the most out of your upgrades, Tech Motor charges $400 for one map and $100 for an additional map plus gas. Tires are one of the most impactful upgrades you can do to improve the overall performance of your motorcycle. If you don't believe me, think of this. During wet conditions, lap times increase not because your bike all of a sudden has less power, but because traction is limited, and traction impacts everything: braking, lean angle, and acceleration, regardless of the horsepower output of your motorcycle. While power is a factor, what difference does it make if you can't get the power transferred to the ground? No, this doesn't mean that beginners should go out and buy slicks, but it means that spending the extra money on track-oriented tires will make a significant improvement in the most critical aspect of riding. Better tires also allow for greater corner speed and increased grip at higher lean angles, and they also have an impact on your braking abilities. Now that you're going faster, you have to stop, and you have to stop quickly and effectively, so upgrading your brakes will make a lot of sense. Better brake pads are more resistant to brake fade, which is the reduction of stopping power after repeated or sustained braking, and they also have better feedback through the lever. Adding to the feedback of the lever is the brake lines, and while OEM lines are fine for everyday riding, when you want consistent feedback, stainless steel braided lines are a must. The OEM lines tend to deform or expand as fluid is being forced through them, and the rate of expansion changes as the lines heat up. But with the extra support of the stainless steel braided lines, the expansion is dramatically reduced and thus make the lever feel consistent and responsive even when they're hot. Heat also plays a role in your braking system because if your brake fluid boils over, the brakes will experience brake fade. So remember, do all your maintenance because preventive maintenance prevents accidents. Although rotors, master cylinders, and calipers are also part of the braking system, aftermarket replacements can be extremely expensive, relatively speaking, and the performance gains may be negligible. I know I lose a lot of time on corner approach because I'm not sure how soon I need to start my braking to slow down enough for my next corner. Which brings me to my next upgrade, the rider. Take some classes, go to the track with a track provider who has competent instructors on focus on how to ride well and later focus on riding fast. I know it is highly debated on the internet whether the bike is fast or the rider, but I think it's the rider. I know I have passed a few leader bikes on my ZX6R after they park it on turn 1 at Thunder Hill, but at the same time I have been passed by 300s. So the abilities of the rider make the single biggest difference in performance. If you still want to argue about it, you can leave your comments down in the comment section, but consider this. Do you think you would be just as fast as Marc Marquez if he let you borrow his bike? I honestly don't think so. I don't think I could do it. So this last section is just going to be a little bit of a bonus thing. So I'm going to talk about ergonomics and suspension setup. I'm calling this section a bonus because not everybody needs this, and now most newer motorcycles come with some level of adjustability for their foot and hand controls. But ergonomics are important because they allow the rider to be more comfortable for longer periods of time and spend less time, energy, and focus finding their controls and more time going fast. So a good set of clip-ons and rear sets is essential to your comfort and your ability to control your motorcycle. I made 2 videos talking about rear sets and one on clip-ons, so I'll link those down in the description. A lot of people believe that suspension setup should be left only for the people who are fast, but Dave Moss has proven this to be wrong, and he lets you know that even a slow rider can outride the suspension setup if it's not properly set up from the get-go. So those are $40 very well spent. Let me know if you think there's something I missed and what you think are the better upgrades, or did I just make perfect sense to everyone on the internet? I would like to make a full video talking about how to adjust your clip-ons and your rear sets, but I don't have enough knowledge to do it on my own, and I'm hoping I can find someone who's willing and able to help me do this, and I can pass on the information to the rest of you. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and please subscribe to help me continue to make videos, and your feedback will help me improve the videos as well.